Hello everyone, let me get this up and started real quick, and then we'll get on to our gameplay. It's taking a second to load. There we go. Alrighty, let's just cut over. Alrighty. Oh no. Let's give it a second to see if it calms down. Alright, looks like it is. Alrighty. Now, I did go in and mess around a bit with leveling some people up and just marking things. So if you notice anything's a little different, that's why. I did not change any equipment. I did not do anything like that. I just leveled up Argenta and started a bunch of stuff. Let's go into the electric, whatever this place is called. I have no clue what this place is called. No, it's called like the electric dynamic Cinnabomb. 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 Today's stream is brought to you by Unpronounceable. Alright. Now look at some
I
guys.
always keep my
I'll cover
options
you.
open.
As it should be.
Jagged. Judging by the dead people's equipment, they were sent to the monastery. Oh. So, yeah, they've been
An expected result.
killed. People that were sent ended up dying.
I always have a backup plan.
85%.
I always get the job done.
Lay people unworthy of entering the hallowed Cinnabum humbly said their prayers next to the ceremonial altar. All right. Over there, no. Nothing over here. Let's open the gate. Now we're entering it. Sorry, one moment. There we go. Got my be right back screen opened, so that I can just cut to it if need be. Hopefully I won't need to be right back. Drink some water. Alright, let's see here. These heretics were killed swiftly, ruthlessly. They never had time to reach for their weapons.
Is there money to be made?
Darkness lurks beyond the bright flashes. No, two darknesses. One streaked with red, with clanking shackles and false preaching. The other, a bilious yellow, the tang of roiling blood and screams of pain.
The colors of this place are flecked with sparks of pain. Bright scarlet, blackish
Yeah, I'm still
crimson,
sticking with the idea that she has
deathly grey.
synesthesia.
A kaleidoscope of despair and madness.
That is my personal headcanon. A merciful quick electric shock killed the cultist as if he was tortured. Was not what killed this cultist.
Let us not dawdle.
There are no wounds on the heretic's body, but his face is contorted in terror, and his eyes are bloodshot from ruptured vessels. Oh boy.
I'm not satisfied with that answer. I will repeat my question again. The last electrocist you killed, where did you find him?
Burn in the fire of dawn, servant of the corpse emperor!
Another one reached the limit of his utility. The last of them.
The tall, dark-haired man sizes you with a quick glance. A superficial chill, a supernatural chill, is making the air around him crackle softly. The expensive fabric of his jacket is stitched with gold thread and marked by several reddish-brown stains. A foresword and a vox hang from his belt. The emblem of the Holy Inquisition glitters on his chest. You try to focus on this man, on the man in front of you, but you cannot shake the image of deadly torture he inflicted on his victim. Your pulse quickens, your blood pounding in your ears, and sweat beading on your skin. Interrogator von Calyx, I presume. Van Calyx.
Well, since you know who I am, and are in no hurry to kill me, I infer that you serve the Emperor, not his enemies. Allow me to introduce myself. Interrogator Heinrichs van Kellogg's of the Imperial Inquisition's
Kellogg's?
esteemed Ordo Xenos. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Today's stream is brought to you by Kellogg's, apparently. Henrix is brought to you by Kellogg's. Kellogg's. God.
Shadow. A great big sun-eclipsing, chain-weaving shadow. I can see the threads, myriads of them extending toward us all, and all of them creeping off toward him like snakes, shrouding us in poison. My, oh my, do I sense trouble, and it's right in my throat. It itches.
A psyker. Interesting. And a diviner at that. Even more interesting. Are you sanctioned?
Don't you Inquisition me. I'm under the rogue trader's protection.
Adaria is a member of my personal retinue, and is under my protection.
Your retinue, you say? Then let's go back to my previous question. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Rogue trader Venera von Valancius.
Von Valancius? To the best of my knowledge, that dynasty is headed by the esteemed Theodora von Valancius. Has there been a change of circumstances?
Theodora is dead. She was slain in battle by enemies of humanity.
The news is lamentable. My condolences. And I presume the heir to the sacred warrant of trade and the lofty title of rogue trader is none other than yourself. Well then, what precisely has brought you to the sanctum of the Omnisire?
I'm here to collect you I'm under orders of the Lord Inquisitor to offer assistance you may require, after which I am to provide safe passage to Footfall. You a safe passage to Footfall aboard my ship.
Then the timing of our meeting is fortuitous. I am requisitioning you and your retinue for my task. Starting with her. You have provided exactly the kind of specialist that this situation requires.
Come on, let me... Sorry. Got a message. Alright.
I am the Domin's shadow. If she says the word, I will protect you. If she says the word, I will take you to the Undying One.
Requisitioning? Young man, your choice of words is unseemly to the point of insult. You are addressing a rogue trader.
I don't imagine you'll be any happier if I say taking into inquisitorial custody.
Wow. Throwing his weight around already.
To aid his faithful servant in the fight against corruption is the solemn duty of all whose actions affect millions of the Imperium's subjects. Let your example guide those who will carry the Emperor's light across 1,000 stars.
You're familiar with the works of Inquisitor Alistar the Redeemer. Not every acolyte can say the same, let alone people less initiated. Please forgive my lapse in manners, Lady Navigator Orselio. It is a great honor. I came to Rykad Minoris on a mission, which a rebellion prevented me from fulfilling. The governor is convinced that malcontents from among the rabble were the instigators, but I immediately
I have a feeling I'm
suspected
going
more
to be doing
sinister
a lot of
presence
his
at the root
reading.
of the mutiny. My visit to the monastery and a few unhurried conversations with some of the rebels confirmed my suspicions. Someone by the name of Aurora is leading the rebellion. Data indicates that the head of the cultists is here right now, in the sanctum of the ancient reactor. Given the prophecy of the final dawn, and the especial efforts made by the enemies of humanity to seize the monastery, their goal is to gain access to the holy power source's control circuit and trigger a process that, once started, cannot be stopped. In other words, to detonate the reactor, thus being themselves the cause of their much-touted final dawn.
Blasphemous insanity.
The tech priest's visor flashes and churns a bloody scarlet. A soft hum of some activating system is heard from under his robe. I can help you with Aurora. Let's join forces.
Thank you. Regrettably, the governor's people showed themselves to be unprepared for the perils of this place. And extracting blade shards from a person's stomach is beyond my powers. I hope that a rogue trader's retinue will prove more capable than a group of soldiers fresh off the base. I am positive that not all of the electro-priests within these walls have perished. The heretics spoke of shadows emerging from side alleys to make short work of the cultists invading their abode. I surmise that the entrance to their hiding place is somewhere in the hall, near a machine known as the Circular Cogitator. I imagine it's one of the local sacred relics which the electro-priests treat with special piety.
Alright. Cabela, we're switching out Adira for her, and we are going to have to spend some time leveling him up. Let's go with ramming speed, just purely to get him closer. Strength. Let's go with willpower for the first one. Purge soul, because purge soul, no, invigorate. Coercion. No, coercion. Toughness a little, just to give him some more oomph. Psyker Minoris. Let's give you more. This means I'll later be able to give him the ability to, take the Xenos weapon skills, so that's good. Medicaid, Demolition, Carouse. Let's go you carouse for right now. Thick skin is one of my favorites. Daring breach. Deal extra damage. I think desolation. Let's up your strength so that you hit a little harder and can take some extra feats. Go with Purge Soul now. Let's give you Biophysical Distortion. Alright. And let's equip me with better gear. That literally is just better for you. So put it on. I know I also took Soul Siphon. Here it is. You don't have bolt proficiency. I did give you bolt proficiency for some reason. Let's keep the Ripper auto pistol for right now. Actually, no. Well, for you, we'll switch out the Ripper pistol for that, and give the Ripper pistol to him. Pascal, open.
Successful.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Search is my observance.
Yeah, I've done this a couple times. Oh boy, here's the part that I hate.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
For the Emperor!
Shoot. Because he can run through there, we're going to have to get out of here rather
Death
quickly.
comes in silence. Trust me.
Alright.
The shadows will see it done.
My faith strengthens me. Follow my lead.
Come on. That's right next to the thing. Ooh, but you did take out your own friend. Henrik, you're gonna have to get off of here real quick.
Naturally. I'm done with this one.
Alright, let's give you a strong arm, iron arm, and that's that
Stay
turn.
vigilant.
They're really not doing a good job this time around. Well, then again, I'm not either. Ah, 50-50 shot. 62, 62. 95. Can't get an angle on him. Let's take a 62. Alright, good job, Pascal.
I am
Move
ready
you
for
up.
whatever comes. I'll see to it that you never stood a chance. It's as
good as done.
Henrix.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Do that. Alright. You move here, and can you get him with your... You can.
Another foe tainted black.
Cabela, root out the heretic down here.
Your blade and shield. I would that I could.
Alright.
Trust me.
Ooh.
Focus, Van Calix.
Probably a good thing we gave him that bonus. Huh. Let's use that.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Sorry. Oh my goodness.
Victory is imminent.
Let me... Give me a second. There we go. Banned the guy. Oh, wait. Abelard, shoot
At
him.
your beck and call.
No, you're not a pistolaire.
For Von Valancius.
However, you can make it to this guy.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Indeed.
Beat him with a shovel.
A tactically sound approach.
Alright, looks like 19. Pascal, you're going to have to move here. That's the perfect spot. Snipe this man. Me. Move up here to avoid getting laser shot.
Another enemy down.
Here we go. Cassia, stay where you are. Bella. Henrix. Approach and deliver.
For the throne's glory, be gone.
Fate and fortune favor the bold.
Yeah, it's very easy to get electrocuted here.
Watching the lazy handle sacred technology breaks my heart. Figuratively speaking,
Turns on, trap,
cardiovascular augmentation can withstand
damage the motive force.
high
Oh.
blood pressure.
Oh, okay. That's why it's going off at random intervals. Well, regular intervals.
I'm at your service.
Alright, we can bring Cassia over. As soon as... Yeah, like, either it works best when you're all grouped up into like a little conglomerate.
The sooner we start, Compared to naval
hop over
service, that was barely a challenge.
the electrocutions. Alright, Pascal, inspect.
This exploratory
A multitude of symbols carved into the enormous generator. Standing, you realize that they're the fundamental tenets of the Electro Priest's religion. Standing out among them are the triumph of reason over all facts of human nature.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
Keep your wits about you.
Quick, quick.
Tough it out.
Shoot. That was a mistake. And since we're on Grim Darkness, I can't reload. Oh, mother. Let's see what we got to work with. Fresh injury. Broken ribs. Oh god, broken ribs is so bad. Head trauma. Crippled legs. Crippled arm.
The web serves.
That's
I always keep my
so
options
bad.
open.
This is going to be some hard fights upcoming. I can avoid this one, but like a boss fight is coming, and that is a brutal, brutal boss fight.
You'll make a suitable sacrifice.
Are you sure that's Amaranth? Sorry, I completely forgot to read. Alright. Confirmed. I do not observe his face, but I recognize the words. The cycle be discontinued is Blessed Amaranth's motto. How is he bearing this torture? A devotee of the Omnissiah is capable of withstanding great bodily torment with no loss of functionality. But where flesh reinforced with scarred iron will preserve, the purity of the soul may perish. I hypothesize the heretics have made the Blessed Amaranth a participant in a variety of sacrilegious rituals. They are trying to break his will and turn him into an unholy terminal with which to control the reactor's output power circuit systems. The Tech Priest's colors are stained with grime. They are diluted, painted over with rot. And yet the heart still holds a cinder of bright red. This dying fire can be ignited anew. So we can save him. We must save the esteemed Tech Priest without risking his life. Mechadendrites to point out the corpses of heretics. We can use the blasphemer's clothing as a disguise. Unrecognized, we can sabotage the power units, overloading them, and thus cleansing the Hall of Heretics. I really prefer this, especially right now, because we are all badly injured. Alright. The signs of the archenemy are not just painted symbols, but conductors of its will. The words of their prayers, even spoken without faith, their coat of arms, even deceitfully warm, all this increases the presence of the ruinous powers near you, and draws their corrupting attention to you. Nothing but your word, Damin Venera, can make me don this filth. Once we are done, I will scrape my skin clean with a metal brush and bathe it in caustic lie. E. Do not make me. Yeah, that's fair. This is incredibly gross. But I have no other choice. I do not want to fight these people. I mean, I have the other choice of fighting them, but, like, no. Screw that, honestly. What's the essence of your plan? Uttering a litany of actuation from the power units, from the Lumen Decon's command throne, will direct the motive force by the released reactor on the main hall. The distribution servitor is keeping its output within the set parameters, but upon receiving orders to increase the peak values, it will turn this place into an electric trap. Okay, so we gotta take the seat in the throne, mess with that guy, and destroy that, I think. The safety systems protecting the hall are controlled from the machine altar, which must be disabled. If all these operations are performed, I can guarantee not a single blasphemer will survive the Omnissiah's wrath that will be unleashed upon this place. You realize this plan sounds like suicide? A sound similar to a laugh escapes Pascal's vox. This statement is true. Then what do you propose? To flee? I have tried to employ this behavioral strategy in the past, and it has brought my soul no relief. If it is to help save a worthy man, I will put on the cultist's robes. I pray the Omnissiah gives the blessed Amaranth enough fortitude. Pascal grimaces as a new wail of pain rends the air. Alright. We're dressed like heretics. The heretic's garbs cling to your skin like a greedy leech, tingling with the foul fever spread over your body, as though these tatters are imbued with vile contents of their former wearers' souls. Hello, fellow heretics! Don't mind me, near the machines that protect you. I identify this acolyte as a distributor servitor. I am registering trace amounts of sacrilegious violation of the right of operation. This probability of its responsive to commands is below average. Address the tech priest. Address the servitor menacingly. Your function is to serve. I command you to serve. Ready to perform my function. Glory to the Omnissiah. Energize the hall's power unit to maximum. It will be done.
Is there money to be made?
Don't mind us. We're just strolling around. I identify this as the safety control altar. For our diversion to succeed, this blessed machine must be executed. May the machine spirits forgive us. Forgive us, honored machine spirit. We are obliged to interrupt your work. A mournful binaric requiem pours forth from Pascal's vox. Tech use. Cause the altar to overload. Scal offers a... Alright. May we be granted the Omnissiah's forgiveness for this act. I am registering general shutdown of the security system. Alright. A grim-looking heretic walks up to you, resolutely blocking your path. He studies your disguise with suspicion. You note that his left eye He has 2 conjoined irises, while his right eye has 4. I don't know you. Who are you? And why haven't I met you before? Corazon flash a menacing gaze. I don't know you either. What's with all the questions? Are you the governor's spy? The cultist is taken aback and staggers backward a little. Fear flashes in his mutated eyes. Ah, to the abyss with you. Go on your merry way, sister. Alright. A tech priest's corpse, his throat slit, sits upon the splendid command throne, laced with finely wrought motive force paths, and contorted expression of righteous anger frozen on his face. A black blindfold covers his eyes. This is the Lehman Deacon's command throne. This is where the power unit actuation and shutdown litanies are recited from. The blessed Lecum Deacon himself has the honor of closing the circle. Pascal, would you kindly sit down on the throne and recite the litany? Request denied. I am not authorized to sit down on the Lecademon's throne. Such an act would be considered sacrilegious. Sit down on the throne and recite the litany of actuation. I'm about to be greatly honored, or else thoroughly charred. Maybe both. Oh, poor my seneschals. Pain is visible. My poor seneschal is just like looking at me, going, "Oh my God, what is this person doing? Forgive us, Omnissiah, for such a gross violation of the right of operation. Repeat the litany after me and activate the command throne runes I point to." Pascal Vox starts reciting the sacred words gloomily and hoarsely. Situation deemed an emergency. I request the Omnissiah's forgiveness for the transgression I'm about to commit. I'm recording a successful activation of the power units. That was such a bad one to fail.
Let us not dawdle.
Well, we leveled up at least. Let's go for break their ranks because I like that one. And let's go with shield mastery because I like that one. Browse. Let's do that one. Yeah, let's do that one for right now. And Strange Vitality. Precise attack. And let's go with Utility Mechadendrite. Just to give him a nice little boost to his demolition and tech use. I have the nasty feeling we're about to die here, so let's hopefully prove ourselves wrong. Prove me wrong. Let's go with carouse again. For you, how's your weapon skill? Weapon skill could be higher. Let's give you a little bit more demolition.
Over there.
Do not forget to...
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Alright. Oh, there were even cultists up there? What the heck?
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
The cycles of the four... of the foreordained. There lurks a flaw of worship. The tech priest's body convulsed. Pain, plaintive reeks of binaric prayer come from his vox. As moments pass, the signal becomes less and less clear, as if something twisted and wrong were being added to it. Pascal studies the tech priest's face carefully. His vox systems moan a tragic vibration. Subject unidentified. This is not Blessed Amaranth, stranger. I request your name. How do you know my tech priest's motto? Examine the tech priest. There are deep burns all over his flesh, and skin around his augments is charred. Blasphemous spells have been carved into his sacred iron, forming unholy litanies of scrap code. It is amazing how robust the tech priest's life support systems have proven to be in maintaining the spark of life in his grievously wounded body. Who are you, servant of the Omnissiah? The fire of the hearth sent forth sparks. The name of this spark is Abel Hanuman. Abel, the tech priest looks over at Pascal. For a brief moment, his speech becomes clear. The echo of my call has reached you. Good. The iteration is at its end. The design is fulfilled. What design? Why are you calling yourself by my name? Was it you who summoned me to Rykard Minoris? What for? I categorically demand an answer. Pascal's voice rises to an intimidating howl, but the delirious tech priest does not seem to understand what he is saying. What design? An intention both bold and honorable, to open new gates for the waters of knowledge and comprehension. A plan written so that the righteous may follow, and trust in the great pattern of revelation and uniform progression towards it. Pascal's voice is trembling with elation. Those are his words. I have not heard them in so very long. Ask him about Amaranth. You came because of him, after all? No. The tech priest's weak voice grows stronger. He came because of himself. Myself, to redeem myself, to correct a mistake, possibly. But how do you... There is a gentle look of condescension in Abel's eyes, strange given the circumstances. The hubris of the mind spurs him to build monuments to himself. Do not regret, for all is predetermined by the iteration. gonna get a drink of water because, yeah. Ugh. A devastating coughing fit cuts him off, and you hear the clang of its tearing metal inside his chest. You can talk once we get him out of here. A cold premonition rakes the heart. The probabilities are dark and frightening. Brother, I do not wish to gaze into them. We are the flame of knowledge that drives the darkness away. Pascal is quickly inspecting Abel's wounds, paying no mind to the blood. In sacred unguents staining his sleeves, his vox rack smoothly. Do not fear what is to come, brother. We are already here. Try to take the crucified tech priest crucified on them. Try to take down the tech priest crucified. Wow. As soon as you touch the tech priest's battered flesh, he shifts his gaze towards you and says clearly, "Many sparks have gone out, but not all. The electric shepherds are alive. In the darkness I heard their prayer. Find them, save them, recite the hymn of contact circuit restoration, so that you may behold what is hidden." A blast of motive force runs down the tech priest's body, and his face contorts in a mocking grimace. Malformed binary code, repulsively jarring on the ears, pours out of his vox. Information archived to the effect that the circuit restoration hymn is the entrance password to the Electro Priest's hiding place. Pascal responds with a dour rhythm of containment aria. I note with great sorrow that the cultist ritual has been partially successful. My tech priest has been tainted by corruption. He is in the grips of a schismatical and unholy imitation of machine spirit. I request immediate activation of the Texorcism protocol. Cabela gives Pascal a look, her raised eyebrow, a silent question. Pascal responds with equally long silence and then creaks. "Thank you for your cooperation. Request denied. The Catechisms demands the act be performed by an authorized unit. I shall help save him." The possessed man responds with a burst of repulsive laughter. Every now and then, a word or two of Gothic finds its way into the binaric obscenities pouring out of his vox. In what seems to be the schismatical, tentative forays into language that is alien of itself. His body convulses, his joints twist at unnatural angles with the sound of bursting steel couplings. As the possessed man thrashes about, his internal augmetics emerge gradually through the hanging tatters of flesh, as though an iron homunculus is hidden inside the tech priest were trying to cast off the meat cocoon it no longer needed. Pascal's mechadendrites extend thin drilling needles, sacred unguents glistening. A code purification aria is heard as the needles sink into the possessed tech priest's skull and touches his neural augments, forming the electric circuit with him. Extreme strain is visible on his face. Furious litanies pour out of his vox. Failure, requesting assistance. Send a purifying charge of motive force into the possessed man. May the machine god heal you. Undaunted, you grab one of the severed cables and press it into the tech priest's body, and a shock of formidable power shakes the possessed man. Machine oil gushes out of his mouth, and his his vox hiss deafeningly as the flow of the motive force burns the corruption in his sacred iron. The overload destroys some of the circuit boards and neuroaugmetic, resets his code, and erases the seismatical from existence. The tech priest's eyes roll up, and he loses consciousness, crushed yet still alive, and no longer in the thrall of corruption. With the utmost care, Pascal takes his body down from the mechanism and lays it on the floor. His stirring litanies of gratitude to the Messiah echo through the hall. Rest, Tech Brother. We will come back for you when we are done with the miraculous fusion reactor. Lord Captain, the Omnissiah commands a pious mind to strive towards uncovering truth. Therefore, I will not stop until I find my mentor and understand his connection to this servant of the machine god. I request the privilege of joining your retinue as a rightful companion. I can offer to fulfill the duties of an engine seer on your ship in exchange for the right to follow you and conduct my own investigation. Alright.
Keep your wits about you.
Sounds like a plan. For right now, I am very badly injured.
Mistress Cabela, you move with the utmost confidence in unfamiliar places. And yet, until now, you have spent your entire life on a void ship.
This place is almost like the plasma drive chambers on the flagship.
Pascal, open
The
that.
deadly flashes of the machine's spark, the smell of scorched flesh.
Alright. The cogitator's green screen lights up as you approach it and displays the message. Pilgrim, only words of the first galvanic hymn will reveal to you the gifts behind the veil of knowledge. Chant with me. Let us sing canticles to the key. The device's keyboard lights up clearly, expecting you to enter the rest of the verse. Pascal, Pascal, kindly remind me how the hymn goes. Pascal's vox lets out a noisy groan as if he's clearing his throat, but then stops abruptly. After a brief pause, he averts his gaze and says in a rasping voice, "It is not known to me. Only the high-ranking servants of the Shrine of the Energetic Prosperity are permitted to perform the first galvanic hymn." Abelard snorts and struggles to suppress an involuntary smile. "Emperor, help us all. The esteemed Magus has been caught without not knowing a prayer. And now he's floundering like a cadet in an exam. I never thought I'd see the day. Well, the Omnissiah from whom the holy discharge springs forth. Verse 2 calls to you, Pilgrim. Let us fill our souls with gratitude towards... Let me see. Twin poles... No. Splendid resonator. Conceal the right of transfer. The arcane key that closes the circuit? Now finish the prayer of Pilgrim. May the unity of the sacred charge's power. Immortal reason that hath created the spark. The memory of ages, no. Flawless soul. Mortal body. Let's go with immortal reason. Verily so. A solemn binaric trill comes from the cogitator. Verily so. A pilgrim who has learned our ways is worthy of the gifts of the enlightened.
I always have a backup plan.
Nice. We got some gear. We got an arc rifle. Let's give her the arc rifle, because why not? Let me see, what else do we get? The circular cogitator, the Electro Priest's hiding place, must be nearby. Alright, well, let's finish exploring this. Or not.
You will beg for mercy, and I will grant none.
Activating calculated fury algorithm. My vow is to serve. Ability analysis.
Ooh, that was a good hit. Cabela. You. Cabela here.
I bring mercy and retribution.
Cabela
I shall
execute
not
him.
As honor
Cabela
ordains.
here.
Trust
And
me.
Cabela here. Now spin. And I should have used captive audience. Alright.
It will be done.
Prepare for engagement, Avalon.
Victory is imminent. Reduce the
Kill him.
dust.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Let's first give this to him.
Who if not me? I'll make it happen. You never stood a chance.
Not yet. Not by your hand.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Everyone, step aside. Let's see to it.
Running binary significant value.
A dance of blades and shadows, as honor ordains.
Alright, Cabela. That wasn't a good performance, but you are forgiven. By the fact that you are currently crippled.
My place is at the fore. It will be done.
There we go.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Alright.
This is intriguing.
Modified Tech Priest. The Modified Tech Priest rests on the table, enveloped in wires.
My warp sight reveals something.
Modified Tech Priest. A Tech Priest's body rests on the metal on a metal table, surrounded by sparking spirals of copper coil. A patina of sacred unguents cover his withered flesh. His augmetics have been polished with great care. Intricate electrodes cover the dead man, his crossed arms, and bare torso, and strands of wires envelop his head. Pascal respectfully bows his head before the dead man, and carefully touches the shriveled body with the tip of his mechadendrite. Honored adherent, I thank you for showing us the truth of Fabricator General Proxim Maximum. Death. Preservar's Maxim, death does not, in service of a spirit driven. Examine the body. The body seems motionless, but you notice the slight tremor in its fingertips. The ancient servant of the Omnissiah must be data draining, his mind enveloped in digital reverie. Can tech priests for hundreds or thousands of years, while his frail body is decaying. The sacred state of trance is a great reward only earned by the wisest and most pious servants of the machine spirit. Such purity of color. I've never seen anything like it. Deep tranquility, shrouded in a cool white cloud. Such unity of thought and spirit. The dead are incapable of exuding such hues. Next to the table is a small amulet crafted from burned cogitate to circuit boards. There is no dust on these small offerings. They were clearly left here recently. Can you hear me, Tech Priest? The light of the crypt becomes a little brighter and sharper, and the smell of ozone fills the air. The box on the ceiling comes alive and lets forth a solemn binaric aria that turns into a crackling Solomonic voice. In this dark hour, I am ready to bring good tidings, Tech Brothers. Now respond with the words of the second Galvanic hymn. The second Galvanic hymn is revered and miraculous prayer of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Naturally, you know it very well. Let us praise the twin charges, the body electric, and the Omnissiah, who lights the spark of reason within us, and lets us carry his charge to those who've turned their mind towards his light. Let it be so indeed. The monastery is under attack by heretics. Can you help? In my data dream, I saw their unholy request and rejected them angrily. For it is said that in the 4th article of security, no unbeliever's hand shall intrude upon the operation cycle. They have seditious designs on the relic, but should I give you, who does not follow our faith, does not belong to our faith and fellowship, my blessing to stand again up to these blasphemers? I'm not a member of your faith, of your priesthood, but you and I are of the same faith. This statement is true. The 1st article of security says, fear above all evil that defiles knowledge, and its command outweighs the prohibition contained in the 6th article of security. Let knowledge be locked away from the ignorant. So be it. In the name of the shaming the unbelievers, I shall grant you blessing of special access and protection from the rage of the motor force. Dry crackling sounds come from inside the data crypt's walls, and the cogitators process the ancient tech priest's command. Oh great, now we have some electric shielding. Where was that when we needed it? When we were being all electrocuted? The machine alter... A shortish, muscular man wearing the scarlet colors of the priesthood of Mars steps into your path. The wrinkles on his cheek and forehead point to the propensity of frequent outbursts of fierce anger, but right now he is showing no signs of aggression. Glowing blue patterns of electric tattoos or electus show through his oddly bluish tinted skin. A tight bandage covers the man's eyes, yet he turns his face toward you with no hesitation. His sharp, screeching voice is not unlike a bird's cawing. May the charge of the Omnissiah's mercy persist into the hands of the faithful. May the motive force persist into their batteries. Make the sign of the Aquila. The Emperor protects. The man responds curtly, as if giving a military command. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. The hollowed electric dynamic Cinnabum receives you, pilgrim. I am Da Impulse 6. Is that 6? I think it's 6. A servant of the motive force and praetor electrode of this sacred monastery. It's either 6 or 4. No, 4. I is 4. I is before the V. The rank of Pascal bows down humbly before the man. A trill of binaric signals comes from his vox, and the praetor responds with a solemn gesture of blessing. Pascal turns towards you and says, "The rank of praetor or electroid is a sign of high standing within the electro priest fraternity. To have been granted an audience with is a great honor." The praetor electroid looks at Cabela, and she gives a dignified nod. "You brought an assassin. Good. She will find much work here. Are you ready for new toils, blessed slayer?" "Always. Can it be any other way?" "You have the honor of hosting the rogue trade of House von Valencius. I urge you to follow proper etiquette when interacting with the eminent bearer of the sacred warrant. Within these halls, worldly titles are nothing before the motive force. Your deeds, however, speak far louder than titles, for your path here is sprayed with the blood of desecrators." Da Impulse 6, it was you, was it not, that Logus Abel came seeking an interpretation of his distrance? Oh my goodness. Yes, Tech Brother Abel arrived here to engage in magnetic meditation that would help oh no. I'm gonna sit back and watch my thing because it is currently crashing down again, and I don't know why. My internet provider says that it's always stable when they check. So I'm not certain if it's like something to do with my house or what. Where was I? Unfortunately, to clarify his visions, unfortunately the heretics' machinations prevented us from completing this ritual. The esteemed Logus volunteered his help in defending the monastery, but contact with him was lost soon afterward. What kind of visions was he receiving? The Omnissiah's revelations was encrypted with great meticulousness, which indicates its great importance. Grasping it fully is beyond my capability, but a single touch was enough for me to realize the enormity of the secret concealed within, or more exactly, the secret design, which was how the tech brother Abel referred to it. His mind had discerned in the world around him trances of some grand silence that he wished to comprehend. Tell me more about Logus Abel. We did not speak much to each other. He preferred to devote his time to solitary reflections. In his chapel, the Omnissiah has given Tech Brother Abel a gift of great insight, which allows him to discern in each individual facet of existence rather than the overall view. This makes his logic different from that of other people. His mind has always been able to combine facts and conclusions into harmonious wholes that were nothing short of beautiful. Many among my flock found his sermons poetic. I have rescued him from the insurgents. I hope the Omnissiah preserves Tech Brother Abel's life, that he may continue to comprehend such mysteries he has tapped into. What happened here, and how did you manage to survive? When the heretics descended in droves upon the Cinnabum, we gave battle, but the unholy foes buried the Omnissiah's warriors under a mass of their bodies. Thus, the extinguishing of the defender's spark of purity. It was then that I ordered my few surviving brethren to retreat into the monastery's secret chamber. Upon taking refuge there, we began to destroy the blasphemous intruders in superstitious ways. Alas, as fiery as my brethren's anger was, I had no right to permit them to die in honest combat. For the task of taking back our abode still lies ahead of us. I commend the skill in which your secret chamber is concealed. You hear a twinge of wounded pride in Henrik's words, as if he was upset about failing to discover the Electro Priest's shelter. Your choice of tactics was wise as well. There was no point in losing more lives in the massacre that the cultists wrought. The leader of the heretics found her way into the Ark, wherein dwells the miraculous fusion reactor. She is trying to desecrate the rite of operations with her unholy litanies, so that the relic may be corrupted and the world of Vrykad Minoris may perish in a fount of fire. But my brethren, in their magnetic meditation, are hampering her efforts by chanting access request prayers in unison, thereby suppressing the commands that the blasphemers enter. Alright. This holy place will be protected against sacrilegious practices, I swear. You made the right decision to choose to avoid combat to save yourselves. Thank you, Pilgrim. It was not easy watching the unholy intruder stampede through the chambers of my temple. We all envied our brethren who had fallen before the sacrilege began. I wish to get to the holy reactor. I must press on. May the charge of the Omnissiah's grace persist in the batteries of the faithful. Oh my goodness. Let's get to it. Let's make sure we're all equipped with some grenades. Abelard has some packs. You have some grenades. You do not have as many grenades. Let me equip you with some more grenades. You deserve some frag grenades. You take a frag grenade, gas grenade, force grenade, and a fire grenade. Alright. Skirmisher's boots. Skirmisher's boots would look good on her. Warmonger's boots. Officer's helmet. Let's turn off that appearance because I like him with his hair. Alright, I need to equip you with the shield. Now we have a shotgun shield. And my toughness and strength are currently unbearably low. Alright, let's get to it.
Let us not dawdle.
Alright, let us meet Aurora. The face of the woman who stands before you is hidden behind a grotesque barred mask, yet her voice pours out from beneath it, as if it belongs to someone else. It is a husky, somber bass of a void wolf, a border of ships. How predictable your path is, how static. All the possible deaths you have skirted, only to perish here in the fiery tempest of that will mark the final dawn. The woman turns her mask to Pascal and gloats. You have arrived just in time, little Gog. The schematical use of your regalia like a mask The schematicals use your regalia like a mask to subdue the reactor. Pascal's vox rasped musingly. A cog, I cannot comprehend why apostates try to insult me by comparing me to the sacred symbol of our faith. It is irrational. His visor lights up in a crimson herald of bloodshed, and drilling mechadendrites were readying to strike. The sacred cog grinds all corruption to dust. From dust I will build order. Pascal announced my arrival. Pascal lets out an intimidating binaric trill and announces grimly, with the Omnissiah's blessing, the rogue trader Von Valencius has come before the miraculous fusion reactor, seeking to perform purification and eradicate the corruption, all unauthorized persons are hereby ordered to lay down their arms and humbly accept their punishment. Humility is lost, is the lot of the meek. I am a harbinger of change and visions of... Oh my goodness. Come on, climb back up. Visions of cataclysm to come, incinerate what humility I had in my heart. Mother... The woman's voice breaks and shifts into a different pitch and timbre. A martyr's voice, young and fervent and in pain. Time has all but run out. I can hear the fist of the future knocking on the door of the present. Choose quickly what you want to be when it walks in. A blind slave to what is gone, or a faithful servant to what is to come, or a corpse. I would take the time to rest the details of the future that the cult prophesizes. Hopefully when we are done here, what's left of you will still be capable of coherent speech. Ah. Cassius squints and looks away. Yellows, reds, violets, oranges, blues, wild colors that scorch the eyes. But where the motley masts end, nothing but a colorless void remains. Your people wanted my head. Why? Brother Twilight, known to you as Kunrad, marked you as a target. Your foiling of his plan sealed your death warrant. It is now predestined certainty that changes can no longer affect. Iconoclast. Enough! I will rid Rekard Manoris of your tyranny. The woman's voice becomes thin, brittle, like that of an innocent child. Execute them in the name of the edge of the final dawn. The electropiece ripped their hands away from the control panels, rending their flesh on the stakes that pierced them. Their schismatical controlled bodies are imbued with the motive force radiance. All the unfortunates can do is scream in horror and plead for a swift death. Aurora begins muttering an unholy litany in broken Gothic. You cannot make out her blasphemous words, but the name of the heretic keeps repeating. The edge of daybreak, digs into your hearing like a blade into defenseless flesh. Its sound is almost physically painful. It spawns strange and impossible phantoms in your mind. However, you manage to muster your strength and banish it from your mind. And she has a shield.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
You will make a suitable sacrifice.
An arrow there. Have a lot here. You there. Cassio there. Pascal here. Henrix here.
I've suffered worse.
shotgun. Close on him.
I'm done with this one.
My ears are ringing.
I will leave footprints of scarlet as the tenants demand. The shadows will see it done. As honor or death brings me no pleasure.
I show you captive audience again. I need to start remembering my buffs.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. At your
Forceful
beck and
strike.
call.
Reckless
It will be
strike.
done. Indeed.
Endure. Then finally beat him about the head.
Out of my way!
Brace yourself, Amalard.
Pascal.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful.
Pascal, you missed. No. Shock damage. There we go.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Your reckoning is due.
There we go. One down.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Henrix, use that. Give yourself a strength boost.
I serve the ruinous powers! See my great work!
Did he just, like, say heed my great work? He just killed one of his friends.
Don't let your guard down. It's as good as done.
Alright, clearing out some heretics. Go!
I won't object to it.
I shall not come. The other side awaits.
Alright, well, that.
Follow my lead. I will do my duty. One fewer target. At your beck and call. No matter the cost. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Beat him to death with a shovel, Avalad.
Victory is imminent. At your beck and call. I took care of this one.
Good job.
As the tactical narrative dictates.
Alright. Yes, yeah, move
are
forward.
always drowned in scarlet.
You cannot hit anyone. Henrix,
Get me a target.
move there.
Let's see to it. For the throne's glory.
Henrix, hit him again.
Let's see to it. I'm done with this one.
I am your blade and shield. As the tenants go.
Whoa, why did you shoot at Pascal?
A tactically sound approach. I will do my duty.
Hello.
It will be done. Target well struck.
I forgot to give all of my buffs to him. Oh well.
Vengeance.
Explorers know one route. Forward.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
I need a foothold. Naturally.
Let's Henrix,
Someone's death wish
Sick.
is mine to grant.
go sicko mode. Henrix,
But of course, Lord Captain. For the throne's glory. I won't object to it. Your reckoning is due.
good job, Henrix.
Death to the weak.
Well, good job, dude.
There is only death, yours or mine. As honor ordains. Trust me. The shadows will see it done. As the tenants killing brings me no pleasure.
All right, it won't blow up at me on me at least.
My place is at the fore. Victory is imminent, reduced to dust.
Emperor, give me strength.
Let's see to it. I'm done with this one.
All right, enough. Now an aged, rattling voice speaks to you from behind the bloodstained mask. You are powerless to halt put a halt to what it is to come. I see a crimson trail leading humanity to its doom. I see the glowing of the final dawn. My goodness, why are you crashing again, internet? Oh, is it stabilized? Yes, it looks like it has. Okay. I see the glow of the final dawn, and that means existence has its choice. A dagger flashes in Aurora's hand, and she drives it into the control panel with all her strength. Now you will see it too! Well! A blinding voltic arc bursts forth from the broken control panel and strikes Aurora's uncanny mask. Its metal heats up, smoke billows from through the bars. With a howl, the cultist collapses. The light is gone. What was that it? The final dawn? But why was it so different from what our teachers promised? Aurora shakes her head blindly. Her voice is now the voice of an ordinary middle-aged woman, frightened and in pain. You will pay for this. You will. The woman's body goes limp and collapses to the floor. Her iron mask hits the ground with a dull thud. Pascal examines the corpse with contempt, then concludes dryly, confirming purgation and termination. Henrik's grimace in disgust. The heretic took her secrets with a pity. The motley hues have rejected her, leaving only a grayish-green thread. The noose that the heretic put around her own neck. I have seen this many times before. No one can escape fear itself. Henrix approaches Aurora's body and leans over it. A minute, please, Venera. I need no more than a minute. Inspect the control panel, damaged by Aurora. The cogitator is probably well beyond repair, but your attention is drawn away from the sacred machine towards the dagger sticking out of the control panel. On a closer inspection, it turns out to be a lavishly decorated handguard of a sword, whose blade has been pried out. Its pommel is decorated with a strange adornment resembling that of an eye, covered by a scaled lid. What remains of the blade has a blue sheen to it, the same tint as Kunrad's weapon during the mutiny on your void ship. This is no human-made object. It is grown from wraith bone, a material favored by the Eldari. As you lean over the shard, you suddenly hear a multitude of voices. They blend together into and individual words are distorted, as though they are mocking your attempts to grasp their meaning. The nagging whisper is burning, is like the burning red scratches of an unholy claw upon your mind. Dogmatic. Henrix, take a look over here. Is this by any chance what you are looking for? Henrix raises his head and gets up, making a wry face as he carefully examines Aurora's weapon. This unholy object is the work of inhuman hands, and judging by the cold I am sensing, is a tool of the archenemy. I am most grateful for your vigilance, Veneria. Henrix takes the strange shard out of the control panel and studies it for a few seconds. Curious, Henrix stows the corrupted object away and turns to you. Rogue Trader, on behalf of Ordo Xenos, I thank you for your cooperation and release you from requisition. From this moment, I am at your service. I am ready to come aboard your ship and head for Footfall as soon as you deem it possible. That is, if you do not have any other business in this system, in which case I am prepared to assist you in its prompt resolution. Let's finish cleansing this monastery, Pascal. Executing. Let the Omnissiah-given motive force flow, and all obstacles in its path be eradicated. Ugh. Let's see here. Let's go commerce. Let's go with hardened scars. Demolition. Iron Discipline. Lore Warp. Let's go with Sharpshooter. Ballistic skill. Oh, I have not given him what I want to give him yet. All right. Let's go with Contempt. Xenos. I think swift movements might be more useful. Actually, let's go with Wound Streaming Red, or whatever it's called. Demolition. Alright, let's loot Aurora.
Is there money to be made?
We'll loot everyone else. Even though we were all badly injured and crippled. We managed to pull it off. Good work,
Rise
team.
to the top, or get left in the dust.
To the outside. Let's go. Of course. How much do you want to bet it hits 0 MP? 0 kilobytes per second. I have no clue if this stream is watchable right now because of just how bad the internet is for me right now. And it's only the computer, too. Like, what the heck is going on with you? Alright, well. Let's return to our void ship. Alright. Yep. Yep. Why are you doing this? It's like going from like 3,000 kilobytes per second to 62,000 kil... 6,200.
Rogue Trader. I was somewhat brusque at our first meeting, and I would like to make up for it by expressing my thanks for your assistance in the electrodynamic Cenobium. Your arrival could not have come at a better time. Thanks to you, I have succeeded in finding the object that brought me to this system in the first place. Now that the weapon of corruption has been seized from the cult, I can satisfy the Lord Inquisitor's wish and travel with you to Footfall, once you have finished your business on Rycat. There is one more thing. The Lord Inquisitor gave me this item some time ago. He must have thought it likely that I would find myself aboard this vessel sooner than he. I was instructed to deliver this device to Lady Theodora. However, given recent events, I believe I ought to present it to you. This is an elucidator, a sacred machine capable of translating the languages of remote and lost worlds into Low Gothic. It can even process Xenos languages to a certain degree. Not without infelicities, but possibly well.
Thank you. The Inquisition's generosity is greatly appreciated.
May the elucidator serve House von Valancius as faithfully as it has served the acolytes of the Holy Ordos up to now.
Henrik's gaze cuts you a glance, one which you suddenly realize is charged with a strange, almost personal interest. Before deferentially averting his gaze.
Apologies in advance if I unknowingly violate the protocol for conversing with someone of your elevated status. I think a slip in composure is to be expected when one is hosted personally in the Lord Captain's study.
What do you plan to do now?
I would like to offer my assistance in resolving your immediate problems. I am aware that the ship suffered considerable losses during the recent mutiny and was damaged by the cultists' actions, and you have lost many valuable officers as well. You are in a difficult situation. I am at your disposal.
What do you think will become of the electric dynamic Cinnabon?
It all depends on the electro-priests who survived the attack. Fortunately for them, the cultists did not manage to seriously corrupt the holy site, partly thanks to the priesthood's efforts. Nevertheless, I would not be surprised if the local explorator fleet decides to audit and purge the damaged units once it hears about what has happened.
I must return to my duties. Henrix is about to say something else when he is interrupted by the sound of a Vox signal. Someone is trying to contact you.
Thank you for your time. Please consider me at your complete disposal while I am aboard your vessel.
Congratulations on your victory, your ladyship. The entire vessel was impatiently awaiting news of your expedition's success. The rumors about you not simply saving the monastery, but actually eliminating the source of the mutiny, are spreading like wildfire. The Vox transmissions from across the world speak of nothing else. Governor Medai is expecting you at his command center to discuss matters. We are ready to depart immediately. Just give the order. I still have a couple more things I want to do, but let's claim our rewards. What's this clock? Your ladyship. Alright, let's go to the bunker and talk to him real quick. See what he has to say.
I always keep my options open.
Governor Mida. Greetings, your ladyship, the governor says in a dismal voice, glancing reflexively at Solomon. Governor Mida offers Henrix a somewhat strained smile. Master von Kellox. It pleases me to see you two are in good health. Hope you've accomplished what you intended to at the electric dynamic Cinnabon. The interrogator nods without saying a word. After an uncomfortable pause, clears his throat and turns to you. I cannot express how grateful I am for your help. Now, the insidious heretics' designs have been thwarted. Nothing stands in the way of your plan, of my plans or yours. With Aurora dead, the spirit of revolt is waning. Entire squads of rebels are surrendering. We are witnessing the final days of the uprising. I have already signed the order to allocate 2,000 first-class voidfarers to you. Their transfer to your ship begins any minute now. Thank goodness. Savior of Rykard Minoris. And have already given the order for a celebration to be held in your honor. We will mark your... One moment. Sorry, my boyfriend just texted me. We will mark your victory with an ancient custom, a triumph. The triumph. You will drive through the city and benefits a heroine, make sure of While your trophies will be displayed, let them know once you have concluded your business. In regards to your own participation in the Triumph, Governor, I will accompany you you will accompany us to the starport and provide timely answers to any questions that may occur to me as I inspect the terminals there. That being said, you should appear before your subjects at least once at the end of the ceremony. Doing so will help maintain order. There's no reason to let the people know their leadership of the world let the people know that there may soon be a change. I have other business in this system. Then I daren't delay you any further, your ladyship. Inventory. My trusty seneschal. Put on the armor. Very snazzy looking.
I always have a backup plan.
Oh my goodness. I finally have my thing set up so that I can actually, you know, go underneath my desk. Let's go to Ricard Majoris. Ricard Majoris. I need to sit up. And scan. The augurs notice a large object among the lifeless rocks that cover the planet. A void ship whose signature and origin are impossible to identify from orbit. Resting on the edge of a deep ravine. The hull of the unidentified vessel is severely damaged. The rocks around it shattered by the force of a gigantic machine crash landing. The augurs haven't detected any vital signs aboard or near the ship. Send a squad to the planet to explore the void ship. The landing party reports via Vox as soon as they touch down. The gloss of void ship near before them is covered with spikes. It resembles a morbid beast sculpted from darkness itself. Oh my goodness. Give it a second for it to for my internet to crash again. All right. From darkness itself, menacingly hanging over the ravine, an experienced veteran accurately determines the origin of the unholy vessel. It belongs to a Xenos race called the Drukhari, ready to collapse at any moment. The void ship emits a long, woeful creak as if promising to drag along into the abyss anyone who dares disturb its slumber. Abelard suggests finding out what the Xenos were doing on the Rakad system. Taking heed of the Seneschal's recommendations, the rogue trader ordered to send more people to the planet. After 2 watches of hard labor, to the vessel were met with lifeless bodies of Xenos who had died when the void ship crashed. The void ship itself, following its abominable nature, came to life, immediately craving to sate its wicked appetite for human death. The vessel's systems have reacted to the intruders, and senselessly cruel deadly traps have been activated on all decks. Monstrous contraptions designed to mince, rip apart, and incinerate their victims took the soldiers by surprise, but were neutralized before the squad suffered significant losses. The soldiers found several curious pieces of xenotech on the void ship, but no data that could shed light onto why it came to the Rykard system. Let us go to the prison planet. Let's talk to the ship. The Vox crackles to life, and Master Helmsman Ravenville addresses you. What have we here, Lord Captain? It is not very noticeable, but there is a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, and like it's huddled up in there on purpose. It's not like I'm surprised. The thing is more than a scrap heap. Than ship is more scrap heap than ship. Somebody sure to went to town on it. We are registering critical damage to its hull and depressurization of several compartments. Oh, and there's an incoming transmission now too. Hear us? The Vox transmission hisses and abruptly clicks to static. Cuts to static. Do not require assistance. Repeat. Do not require assistance. Copy. The Vox relay is a different voice. Keep following. They'll pass us by, won't they? Or protect. Lord Captain, if I may, I told our augurs to conduct and to determine the allegiance of the unidentified vessel. To be brief, there is an unidentifiable, badly badly damaged vessel within the void asteroid field near Rakardthelia colony that is refusing help, which, not to put too fine a point on it, has not yet been offered to them. Ravel, can we establish communication? Let the vessel identify itself. Yes, Lord Captain. The connection is established. Unknown vessel, we are receiving you. Identify yourself. Repeat, identify yourselves. A brief moment. The Vox hisses and snaps, and several voices all start shouting over each other. Do not tell them. Do not tell. Tell them. We're done for sure. This is Thunderfang. We are... One of the voices falters and undecidedly is replaced and uncertainly and is replaced by another. A merchant vessel. Do you copy? We are a private chant vessel. A merchant vessel? Of course they are. Damn my stupid head, where did I hear that name before? Thunderfang. Revo, damage report on the unknown vessel. Telemetry shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by the guns of the combat ship. Several compartments are leaking air. The bridge has been almost completely obliterated. 2 of the engines are critically damaged. Somebody gave them a thrashing so solid They barely managed to limp away. Thunderfang, why can you not identify yourself? You can make out hoarse voices, furious whispering, even through the crackling static. Why? I don't know. What if? Certainly not. The whispering dies and clearly cuts through. Youthful voice cuts through the static. Our vessel is badly damaged. Damage is preventing the correct identification. We assure you, ceaseful merchant vessel. Thunderfang does not require aid. Thunderfang, why are you so badly damaged? What happened to you? The Vox responds by bursting into a cacophony of sounds and emotions. Someone chuckles bitterly, another swears some foul expletive, and yet another hisses furiously, demanding the others to shut up. You manage to make out little from all this noise. We were just flying, minding our own business. Straight out of the blue, open fire. Miracle we could get away, Emperor protected. And then more fire. Who? Void only knows who. Void only knows. Rest of our tail, bombed everything. Our folks, are left without our help. We never got to them. Thunderfang, stop playing games and explain what your business here is here, and this time I highly recommend the truth. Happy now? What have you done? Idiot. It is too late now. The Vox channel is again filled with angry whispering of several voices. Oh, God. The whispers and static are drowned out by a clear, slightly frightened voice. Do you copy? We are from the Fellow of the Void. We did not come here to loot. On a different business to help our own out of jail. Do not hurt Lees. We already had our Chronos cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold's full of goods. In case you're unaware, Lord Captain, Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of a dozen pirate factions in the Chronos Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they sometimes have Vox conversations with whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I'd make them eat a salvo of macro cannons and shake the scum loose from the decks. They certainly deserve it. The honeyed voice of the High Factorum interrupts the translation with a polite cough. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you, although the moral aspects of their livelihood do cause some awkward questions. The Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods to the local market. Perhaps you will find dealing with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is impossible. Thunderfang, prepare for commercial exchange. Heretic trophies. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Not certain if I gave Argenta one of these. So let's... What level do I have to get to? Level 4 for another reflective shield. I don't think I need another. I'll get another reflective shield. Just in case, you know? Well, if I can. I have no clue what this is. I'll hold on to it for right now. Well, let's start trading. Alright, who should we bring with us? Pascal is probably a no-brainer because he's just useful. Henrix is off. Argenta, you're back in. My ship has successfully made a landing. Prison planet, prepare to receive us. I'll give you some... probably some... agility. I don't think I really did this. Well... Litany of Purification, why not? Let's go Shield of Faith.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Come in, come in. Escort, this is Captain Vakira. Escort, please come in. The pale young woman who looks at you with a mixture of hope and disbelief swirling in her eyes. You notice her hands are trembling as she clutches her weapon. Who are you? Did you come from the planet? Are you reinforcements? Saint's teeth, I thought you'd never come. I'm Rogue Trader Venera von Valencius. Now introduce yourself. At once, sir. The woman stands at attention. Pilot Raquel Vaquer, a servant of House Winterscale, and pilot of this shuttle. It is an honor to greet your ladyship. Tell me about this planetoid. The only settlement on Ricardphilia is a penal colony. The prisoners work in the mines, domed quarries, they mine sulfur, serum dust, and sand, which are melted down. a rather nondescript place, or so it was prior to the current events. What happened here? There's been a riot on the planetoid. Sadly, it is being led by the warden himself. I really need another drink of water. Give me a second while this decides if it's going to crash completely on me. Come on, OBS, you can do it. We're losing like, what, 50 frames per second? The Honorable Athogen Castigelia. He's allied himself with the rabble that he himself was supposed to watch, and declared Rykard Filia was independent from the authority of the system's lawful governor. I came here as a shuttle pilot along with the Honorable Yvain Winterscale, son of Caligos Winterscale, rogue trader, vanquisher of Xenos, forever triumphant over the enemies of humanity. She details, enunciating every word from her overlord's title. Young Lord Winterscale wished to speak with the warden personally, so he could put an end to this lawless treason. He and his escort went ahead, and she grows paler. I haven't been able to contact them over the Vox for a very long time now. Yvain, Abelard muttered, stroking his beard. One of the distant younger offspring, yes. That is as much as I know about him, which means he hasn't distinguished himself much in any meaningful way. Yvain Winterscale has made several diplomatic visits to Iraq 5 on behalf of his father. Rogue trader Caligos Winterscale, and the Great Regent, would not have granted entry to someone dishonorable, which means whatever happened in this terrible, malodious place, we must aid this man of noble blood. Alright. Yeah, it looks like it's stabilizing again. I spoke too soon. Why would young Winterscale have felt the need to parley with dissidents? She says quietly, "It's a personal matter. Master Castigelia, the seditious warden, is Lord Yvain's childhood friend. When my overlord heard about the riots, the news saddened him greatly. So he rushed here without delay, in hopes of bringing his old friend to his senses, no doubt." The first Winterscale in my memory who prefers to talk first rather than shoot and slash. She smiles faintly. Young Lord Winterscale is not his father's shadow. He is determined to save his friend, and he won't back down. I pray to the throne that he is alive and well. He's been gone for such a long time, and I really don't like this place. Cassier frowns in confusion. Theobald executed his wife and only son on the mere suspicion of treason against House Ocelio. So why did noble Yvain rush to save someone who betrayed his house? bonds of friendship give one the right to make inexcusable mistakes. Is this prison riot connected to the planetary rebellion? Seems more likely that Warden Castigalia learned about the rebellion on Rykard Minoris and decided to use the station to his advantage. I can't say for certain. Perhaps no one can. Governor Maydia always prefers to shoot rebels rather than inquire about their motives and connections. Alright. Is there anything else I should be appraised of before I set out? Some of the rebels have holed up in the barracks. I don't know how many, but given that's the only way through to where the negotiations are taking place, I would expect heavy resistance. Please take caution, your ladyship. Lord Winterscale's guards mined the entrance so that the rebels couldn't get to the shuttle. I have no more questions. You may excuse yourself, pilot. The woman freezes for a moment before asking hesitantly, Your ladyship, if I may have a minute of your time, I wouldn't have ever dared to trouble you with a personal matter, but the situation, in any case, have you been to the capital of Rykard Minoris yet? I wanted to ask if you saw a man there, a communications officer by the name of Jasper. You need not worry, Jasper is alive. She lets out a long sigh. You can see relief gleaming in her eyes. You can't imagine how much I need to hear that, thank you. She bows, and you can tell by the desperation in her eyes she is exhausted, frightened, and wishes to be off this planetoid as soon as possible.
Is there money to be made?
Alright, disarm it.
Never doubt me.
Open the door. The guard post has been vacant for a very long time. There's a layer of dust on every surface.
This could be an opportunity.
I must thank you, esteemed Magos. After your intervention, I feel 50 years younger. Both my knee implants are as good as new.
I agree to help out of respect for the price array of augmentations placed in your body. Such sacred creations deserve the best maintenance available.
The remains of a meal, one far too lavish for even a hive world, let alone a prison colony. Motherfucker, why is internet dying on me constantly?
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay. Blessed be the road that we take. Duty prevails.
Oh, come on!
Ministration is a holy task.
Alright, let's see here. Let's give our toughness a boost. Yeah. Let's go with Arbides physical training. Weapon skill. Where did all my stars go? I know I put stars on his stuff. Let's give him more movement. Let's give you some fellowship bonus. Let's go with unnatural lure. Perception. Aiming protocols. Let's go with weapon skill. Escape artist. Let's go with heavy weapon proficiency. Yeah, heavy weapon proficiency. Because I want you to be able to shoot people with big gun. Awareness. Let's go with Medicaid, actually. Typical scraps of prison food seems repulsive to the senses. Alright. We'll read that in a little bit.
Let us not dawdle.
Mainly because this is getting untenable.
I'll make an example out of you.
Come to chaos!
Clout is for the weak. Eradicated.
Boom.
I have read tomes of military tactics. I am a navigator. Witness the fury of House Orcelia.
Indeed. Long few at a time.
Momentum.
Such is the will of chaos.
I completely missed the grenade guard.
Is part of the trial.
Close on the Nimrod prisoner.
I've seen worse battles than this.
Avalad. Oh, I forgot
At
to.
your beck and call.
Oh well.
We'll rule the stars themselves. I will do my duty. At your beck and call. Follow my lead. It will be done.
Cabela. Join Avalad.
I shall not fail. Trust me. Death is a blessing. The shadows will see it done. Now, the other side awaits.
Good job, guys.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Your courage, devotion, and faith will bring us
My
victory.
house would be proud of me.
Alright. Ooh, nice. Alright. Part 2.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Argenta, don't you find it difficult to be without your sisters? You are a soldier without a squad.
I will fight alongside my sisters again, but my present fate is not a burden to me.
You know what? I think
Where
they've gone
go,
to
who I
cannibalism.
am with, I bring death to heretics. That is what matters.
Operation.
Keep your wits about you.
Alright. Oh my goodness. Brethren, the final dawn will guide us to a new existence. Oh yes, dear brethren. Have a taste of my steel! I've longed for this, my dear brethren. Thank the throne, normal-looking faces. We thought we were going to die here with these nutters. The old man, with a gap-toothed smile, drops his weapon and holds out his hands in a placating gesture. Please don't shoot us, your nobleness. Let us speak a word. Wow, this is a welcome change, talking before shooting. Still, the Lord Captain, the look of this ragtag bunch hardly inspires trust. Give me a reason not to execute you on the spot. Here's the deal, we're honest, quiet inmates. We didn't want to riot, sitting it out really wasn't an option either. The warden's lapdogs made short work of people who refused to join in the festivities. So we had to, you know, play along. But that's all it was. Play. We never meant no offense to Governor Midine. Nor the lawful authority of House Winterscale. Give us a chance, eh? We just want to wait out everything until it blows over, and we can go back to our cells and quietly do the rest of our time. Pekal inquires demurely. Oh no. Does the fact that this serf is presently confined and therefore has previously betrayed the trust of the Imperium's servants need to be vocalized, or is it evident to the late persons uninitiated in the sacred mysteries of logic? A repentant, honest heretic. How novel. Judging by Abelard's tone, the Seneschal is utterly unimpressed by the old man's integrating monologue. The low-born speech is mottled with colors that conceal his true darker hues. This old man has a long history of lies, and he is using his wiles on us, but I see no foul corruption nor ill intent in his words. Tell me more about the warden and the riot. Pah! Why, sully your tongue, talking about that heretic. But if you insist, here's how it is. The warden of this here planet, the Honorable Master Castigalia, was a crackpot from the start. The previous warden ran things the proper way. Prayer, 1 meal a day, work, a punch in the chompers from a guard, work again. But the new one, Do you know what his first decree was? He introduced lunches and dinners! By the 9 devils, that's 3 meals a day! Dinners, the most evil thing imaginable in Warhammer. The man was obviously stark raving mad. Things only went downhill from there. The guards quit it with the teeth punching. The warden forbade them. Instead, the overseers started counting which prisoners were digging up more things in the quarry, or swinging their pickaxes harder, or whatnot. And then, would you believe it, they put together a list of the best workers. And if someone was on the list and also showed good behavior, they got a promotion to upper mate. That's an upper crust among us. That's the upper crust among us jailbirds. Or that's how it was at first. The warden decided the upper mates, not the guards, should be in charge of punishments. That it wasn't the overseer's job to watch the prisoners work. It was the upper mates, and let me tell you, that's when these goody two-shoes really started to shine. The guards aren't even in the same league as our dear fellows, the upper mates in the old days. We had maybe 5-10 stiffs kicking it a week, and now we're lucky if it was only 50. And that wasn't even in the end of it. Warden Castigelia moved out of his chambers and lived right in the quarry under the dome. I think something in his new home really scrambled his brain. He began spouting the wildest thing about the upper mates are the saints who will behold the truth. And he started taking them to the quarry. Not all of them returned, and the ones who did, well, you wouldn't recognize them. More beasts than man they were, butchering people left and right, even the guards and overseers. The warden himself had armed them, and that's the whole sob story. But I knew from the moment he let us have dinners, oh, this wouldn't end well. If I spare you, what do I gain from it? Now what kind of lowly jailbirds hope to thank your noble selves? Oh, your noble self. Oh, I have an inkling. You see, us here, we're, how do I put this? Different from the rest of the prisoners here in this place. They're petty thieves from Raccoon Manoris, debtors, gutter snipes, and they're no one serious. Now we, your nobleness, are cut from a different cloth altogether. We're fortunate seekers from the void. Why don't we tell you where on Footfall you can... You know Footfall, the only shipyard and the best market in all the Cronus Expanse, yes. So where on Footfall to find some serious business-minded people. And how you can get yourself a very special discount from them on some very special goods. Very well, I will spare you. Oh, that's great to hear, your nobleness. Just great. Now there's a true aristocrat, not that warden creep. Now then, your nobleness, where was I? If you're ever on Footfall Station, there's a district there, the Shadow Quarters. It's called that because it's located behind the statue of our holiest emperor. I've known folk who called it something else, but also on account of being behind the statue. But don't repeat their mistakes, I tell you. Reverend Hieronymus wasted no time finding and burning all of them. Forgive an old man for getting distracted. So, on Footfall Shadow Quarters, there's a bar built into the back room. Certain Riza, who does her business, tell her grandpa Bacalval says hello. You'll be her favorite client in the blink of an eye. There we go. Well, your nobleness. We'll be going now, if you don't mind. I shall not leave you to die at the hands of the warden's henchmen. Go tell my pilot that It is the Lord Captain's order that you be sent to the ship. You will join my crew. You have my personal pardon as a rogue trader. Thanks. We are most grateful, your nobleness. The old man glances at you and somewhat skeptical, but then smiles and leaves. Oh, that's so polite. He bows. Pascal, open up the
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
clumps of dust, but there used to be...
Is there money to be made? Better myself through my service.
Get away. Well,
Well, what do we have here?
diviner staff, some gas, grenades. Alright, looks like that's it. Alright, let's build a bridge. Open the door. The corpse on the uniform decorated with the Winterscale coat of arms. The guard did not even have time to draw his weapon. The attack must have come as a surprise. To the open pit. Alrighty, let's go. Let's go, baby. Almost done with chapter 1. Almost. Hopefully we'll get done with it today. If not, we'll wrap it up and then head on to chapter 2.
I always have a backup plan.
I told you, Evie. They're hiding so much from us. Arrogant mentors, holy brothers and sisters. What have they ever given us? Nothing but a pile of fibs and useless admonitions. Alright, I'm going to be right back. I have to use the restroom. Alright, sorry about that. Let me just cut back. The man's voice is standing with his back to you sounds almost soft. He says, heedless of everything but what is in front of him. He leans over a prisoner dressed in expensive clothing. But Aurora, she is different. She spoke with me like no one ever had before. She revealed the truth to me. And now I can reveal it to you. If you just stop struggling for 1 minute. What? The man finally realizes he's not alone. He's not alone. The man finally realizes and turns to you. He is clutching a long, thin metallic rod that drips with blood dripping off it. We have a guest from the Von Valencia ship. I would wager. Evie, my dear, you will have to wait. Do not faint. I beg of you. It's important that you feel everything, including your other eye. The warden's words suddenly drowned out by the chorus of voices in your head, the entity that still dwells in the recesses of your mind, joining cacophony cries. This place, it holds great significance for the entity. In the frantic chanting of the voices, you can almost make out words that speak of an ancient grave, one that was opened for it contained priceless treasures, a most coveted prize that was retrieved by the faithful after a centuries-long search. Such dreadful shades. Cassia recoils and covers her mouth. The colors of this place, they're putrescent to the core, and the people, their colors are oozing with madness and despair, pain and doom. How do you know who I am? Lies have many faces, but there is only one truth, and I have laid it bare before me. I know the enemy of the truth would come sooner or later. Who is that on the table? My sincerest apologies. Where are my manners? Please allow me to introduce Yvain Winterscale, the younger son of Caligos Winterscale, in the flesh. You know, he was close to witnessing the truth right before you interrupted our little chat. Caligos, a fleeting glance at Winterscale's outstretched body is enough to turn your stomach torture. The very word makes you cringe in shameful horror. Your mind reels with the memories you have tried unsuccessfully to push back from your mind all these years. How dare you, you contemptible peasant! For every drop of even noble blood you spill, you will pay me 100-fold more. Cassia turns to you for support with an expression that is equal parts indignant and frightened. Abelard shakes his head solemnly. The poor fool. I knew nothing good would come from his naive attempt at negotiation with heretics. However, Yvain Winterscale still appears to be alive. If we make haste, we might be able to save him. Having the scion of House Winterscale in our deaths would certainly prove beneficial. Step away from the hostage at once. The warden sneers and glances at the maimed young man. Hostage? How rude! Yvain young Winterscale is my guest, my dearest friend. He came here himself to visit his old acquaintance and have a heartfelt talk. And I'm merely showing him the appropriate hospitality to commemorate our reunion. As if echoing his words, Yvain lets out a weak moan. That pit, there's something special about it. Is there not? An item of value was once buried there. Now tell me, Warden, what was the item you took from here? The Warden bores into you, then he smiles with the corner of his lips. You are too late, enemy of truth. The bastion has already fulfilled its great purpose. You will never find your hands on the reclaimed relic, and that now rests in the hands of the devout. Aurora felled by my hands. You have nothing to hope for. Surrender. He laughs hoarsely. You barely know what you're talking about, don't you? You may have killed Aurora's mortal shell, but the prophetess is far more than her body. One day you will meet her other, more fearsome form, and you will know the sheer folly of your triumph. Suddenly he stirs like a predatory beast. I do not like people who take the prophetess's Aurora's name in vain. I desire your death, enemy of truth. The warden raises his hand and the maimed people start thrashing around the table. Time for words has passed, optimates. Give your powers to the harbinger of Aurora. Let our foes see the truth, or become awash in blood.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Show them no mercy.
Alright, you there. You there. You there. Abelard. Right in front. Me. Also in front, but not quite as in front. And Cassia. Cassia, I have special plans for you during this fight. There.
As the tenants demand.
Oh, come on. Pascal,
The Omnissiah knows
use your powers.
comprehends all. The spiritual prophet. My vow is to serve.
Chaos guides me.
Aim for the heart next time.
Bring ruin. Crush the feeble. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Abelard, you know what to do. Engage them in melee, and then close on their leader.
Indeed. I will do my duty. Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Unbelievers.
I am your doom.
Just a minor setback.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. Trusted I with grace, at least.
Trust me. It is a blessing.
There we go. Oh, did I just kill? Did I just kill Yvain?
Taking calculated risk is my second nature. Who, if not me?
Turkeys.
Huh. That is weird.
Out of my way!
Apparently I electrocuted him so good that he just stood up.
I bring mercy in retribution. As honor or death.
Running binary component function successfully
Boom.
terminated.
I serve the ruinous powers!
I am your doom.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Rejoice in battle. Doubt is for the weak.
Pascal, hit him with your axe when you get the chance. Actually,
A tactically
Abelard,
sound
engage
approach.
him closely.
At your beck and call. Victory is imminent. It will be done. No matter the cost. Indeed. At your beck and call.
Alright, teleport's over there.
Tried and tested tactics.
You cannot escape Abelard, fool.
Victory is imminent. It will be done. I've suffered worse.
I don't need luck. I have strategy. I'll see to it personally. My gut tells me it's a bad idea. I'll make it happen.
Target well struck.
Oh, he's over there.
It's as good as done.
Cabela.
Death
There.
comes in silence.
Request approved.
Chaos guides me!
Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Climb up there. Run him down.
Gray hair. sure hand. At your beck and call.
And hack him to bits.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. Isn't this a job for yourselves?
I'll see to it personally.
The undying
Get him.
Emperor whispers his
Get him!
come. The other side awaits.
Fire condemns you.
Alright. Up, I have a... Okay. We're good. I don't believe we've been properly introduced. Blood is dribbling down the young man's lip, and his voice is barely audible. But even now, it remains melodious and quite courteous. Yvain Winterscale, Af Corona. Please, greatly pleased to make your acquaintance. On rare days that Winterscale would visit Iraq 5, the station was awash with warm mist of hues. We were forbidden from meeting each other. I am delighted to still to see such rare colors in my home. Now, however, his colors are darkening, twisting from pain to and bitterness. We must help Lord Captain. We must save the clarity of his soul. For he whose presence makes the world a little brighter deserves no less. Lady Cassia, I presume, the sacred child of House Ocelio. How disgraceful it is that the day we finally meet, I find myself not at my best. There's no disgrace in your predicament, Lord Winterscale. The Lord Captain and I met under similarly dreadful and tragic circumstances. Conserve your strength, you are wounded and need help. Wounded? I would have phrased it altogether differently. Tortured and maimed, perhaps. Have you ever had your eyes burned out? This was my first time. I cannot say I recommend the procedure. He is either trying to make light of the situation or growing delirious from pain. I must take my leave. I'll see to it that assistance is provided and you are escorted from here. He nods, giving in to oblivion. Your skin crawls as you approach. Appears to be nothing of note.
I always keep my options open.
That's making for
The Vizier.
evidence
Would he
suggests
be
that
proud?
that the victim was
Am
killed
I?
by poison gas.
This explorator is
Rise to the
blessed
top,
with
or get left
multifunctionality.
in the dust.
Alright, to the main level. Let's go. The rebellion has been crushed, and I have news of your lord. She anxiously pitches forward. Is Lord Winterscale alive? Is he all right? He's alive but badly wounded. Help my people get him to my ship. There are glimmers of panic in the pilot's gaze, but she quickly pulls herself together. It will be done immediately. Thank you for letting me know, your ladyship. I have no more questions. You may excuse yourself.
Keep your wits about you.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious me. Well, now we're going to check our journal, see what else we have to do right now. We have to go to the freight line, taste of victory, and talk to the guy about defective servitors. An extra reflective shield won't go amiss. Alright. Let's go into void ship management. Upgrade our hull, upgrade our RAM. Give me command. Give her command. Give him command. Oh my goodness. Abelard. Idara. And Cassia. All right. We've been streaming for about 3 hours now. Roughly. Well, 3 hours, 10 minutes. I might just change my schedule to read 3 hours. I am pushed. I'm bushed. Yeah. And my internet keeps on crashing on me. Wonderful. Alright. Let us... Big disinformed. I'm also having trouble reading. One moment. You see, your ladyship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time. They move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Janus Stenrock pulls his luxurious frock coat as if it were uncomfortably tight. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of the servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to the storage compartments pending your decision. Pascal Hanuman expressed the desire to be present during the inspection, should it be carried out. I suppose the expertise of the esteemed Magos may come in handy. I shall take a look at the servitors, but not right away. As you wish, your ladyship. That's enough questions for now. I shall return later. I shall await your instructions, Lord Captain. What's up with the... Oh, those are implants. Abel! Abel's here. Let's see who all's here. Master Raver Helmsman, Argenta. Pascal. Alright, we shall take a look at the other places on board the ship. Astropath Choir. Start with the Void Ship Shrine because I know I've done it a couple times and I know there's secrets hidden there.
This is intriguing.
Furia.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Okay. I was hoping
Let's
to
not
just...
waste time with pleasantries.
The dead know nothing, and neither do the ignorant.
Ready for data input. Knowledge is eternal.
I guide humanity between the stars.
Join me in prayer.
Alright.
What a peculiar thing.
And we leveled up from that. Whoa. Let's go.
Let us not dawdle.
I'll probably handle the leveling up off screen because I don't think we'll be in any more fights today. Or at least I'm going to try and avoid any more fights today. I know where most of the rest of them are right now. The Professor Albert, a plump, rosy-cheeked old man is lighting candles, taking his time with each. Glints of fire dance on his heavy golden aquila and his sky blue eyes as he addresses you, smiling. The Emperor protects your ladyship. Are you here to pray, or have you a mundane matter that has brought you to me? Ugh. Oh my goodness. There's incredible, profound quality to his voice. He speaks with a mesmerizing timbre. I'd like to find out more about this place. You're positively beaming with joy. A priest like you is a rare sight. Adalbert laughs good-naturedly. A fair observation. Everyone knows the clergy must maintain a stern appearance to inspire fear and awe in their flock. Ah, like evangelical Christians. Sorry. His mirth fades away, giving to a pensive gravitas. The truth is that my clan and I experienced great hardship. I cannot explain how it is I am standing before you, except by his will. How could one be anything but joyful, knowing that they were saved by the Emperor? What happened to your clan? I was scarcely more than a child when the malady struck our cabins. First would come the fever, then the unlucky victims would start retching blood. After that, they would melt away like a candle. Only the youngest survived, myself among them. He smiles feebly. But now my family is growing, and I am grateful for each new life that replaces one lost. Still, I have other matters to discuss. I'd like to find out more about this place. Adalbert smiles warmly at you. I could talk about the reliquary chapel for hours. Is this the only place of worship on the ship? Why no, there are multiple sancta on every deck, where your subjects pray fervently, and the clergy keep a close watch on their firmness and their faith. This, on the other hand, he gestures around at the glittering reliquary, is the holiest of holy places, where only the noblest of your servants are permitted to set foot. Where does this collection of sacred relics come from? Every relic we have here was either arduously tracked down by your ancestors, captured in battle against the faithless, or received as a gift for glorious deeds. A show of loyalty to the Emperor that speaks for itself, does it not? He makes no effort to conceal his pride. For our part, we keep the precious relics and intact and undisturbed as we conduct liturgies and perform rites. Initiate Zeke is especially diligent in his care for the relics, though he is of common stock. Wow, okay. He earned his position through dedication and piety. I have other questions. I'll do my best to answer them. People come confess to you, do they not? I'm interested to know the thoughts of some of my subjects. Ours is a throne-fearing flock that regularly leaves vox recordings at the shrine and confessional housed in the eastern part of the reliquary. This allows us to maintain constant watch for heretical tendencies, and we can observe the earnesty of our parishioners render their duties, as well as any dangerous dissent brewing in their minds. Initiate Clatus is responsible for sorting through the confessions. He would be honored to offer you access to the confessional cogitator. Did Lady Theodora come here often? Your predecessor always had due concern for the reliquary's maintenance and its needs, and under her rule, faith occupied its proper place on this ship. Albert gives you a diplomatic smile. I must take my leave. May the Emperor's blessing be with you, your ladyship. Twin blades. Oh, interesting. From the Evangel.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Fair in fact. Oh,
I always
a hammer
have
that split a
backup plan.
demon's head. The broad-shouldered young priest makes the sign of the Aquila. The Emperor protects your ladyship. How may I be of service? Who are you? Initiate Zeke, your ladyship. I recite prayers and help Confessor Albert with the rites. What is this relic next to you? Initiate Zeke looks over at the sarcophagus. The skeleton within is clutching an orb made up of many tightly fitted hoops and glyphs. A mysterious object, but undeniably a holy one. It was donated by a group of pilgrims who studied the legacy of the great missionary Nadine Ankalav. They believed there was something inside that only someone truly righteous was meant to have. One of the pilgrims was so desperate to witness the moment of the orb's opening, he bequeathed their body to us. A riddle? Cassia's eyes light up with curiosity. It would be most interesting to learn what is inside. Lord Captain, would you try opening the orb? Do you have any idea how to open this orb? One of your predecessors was the last to attempt solving the reliquary's mystery, but it happened a long time ago, before Lady Theodora was born. That is all I know. I'm the reliquary. I'm going to try and solve the mysteries of the orb. Initiate Zeke opens the lock and hands you the orb. Someone has already moved around the hoops, trying to arrange the letters into meaningful sentences. It will only take a few more rotations for the orb to cleanly split into 4 parts, each with its own question. The answer was presumably be formed by using the adjoining hoops. I have done this before, so let's see if I remember it, and can logic my way through this. My light reaches everywhere. The greedy, you will see me in gold. The scholars in humanity's cradle, but only the righteous will see me within their souls. This is the throne, because that is both the name of the money and it's in humanity's cradle, Earth, or Holy Terra. For better or for worse, something clicks inside the orb. Form the question in the second quarter. I'm within every human, and my loss is feared. For without me comes to an end. But give me to the Emperor, and you will be eternal. Blood. This literally is handed to you on a silver platter if you choose specific things. Another soft click comes from inside the orb. Form the question on the third quarter. I am poison, predation, and I am disgrace. Burn me down, eradicate me, or perish, rejected by the Emperor. So I believe it's weakness, if I'm remembering correctly. But that's purely because of aesthetic reasons. With a click, the hoop settles into place. Form the question on the remaining quarter. In your mind, your soul, and in your body, your mind, your soul, you must possess me. And no mere absence of stains. I'm no mere absence of stains. I bring you closer to him. If I recall the pages of the life of Natalie Ankalav correctly, this part speaks about purity. The saint saw it as the quintessence of all other virtues. Well, then it's just handed to you if you have Cassia. Okay. I knew it already, but like, wow, okay. It's just straight up handed to you. The orb comes alive, hoops shifting around with alarming speed, coming together, folding into each other until the orb opens completely, laying its treasure bare. Initiate Zeke stares at the relic in your hand, stunned. How strange and exciting it is to behold the holy object that has laid hidden from the eyes for so many years. Truly, it is a great day upon which the rogue trader herself has revealed the legacy of great missionaries to us all. Elanki Initiate is leaning over the cogitator. An expression of extreme mental effort is on his face, his fish-like round eyes peering into the screen. Grant me understanding, master. Grant me wisdom. He winces as you approach. Your ladyship, how can I be of service? Who are you, and what do you do here? I'm Cloutus, junior cleric. I sort recordings from the Shrine Confessional and to pass on to the higher-ranking clergy. Is there a way to find out who made the confessions? There is not. Cloutus shakes his head resolutely. That would undermine the usefulness of it. The first prototype wasn't anonymous, and the confessions might as well have been carbon copies of each other. Everyone was impeccably diligent and pious and whatnot. But as soon as the machine spirit started keeping the names a secret, the parishioners opened up. Good thinking. Good thinking, making it anonymous. Keep up the fine work. I will endeavor to do so, your ladyship. I have other questions. I have no other questions. What does your ladyship wish to know? It appears you are having difficulties. Nothing escapes your ladyship's notice. As it is so, I'm struggling to categorize three rather peculiar confessions. I wouldn't have dared tell you about them, but I think they may have been left by senior officers, which would make this matter of the highest order. One that is far beyond my meager understanding. These confessions, you see, are far from being extremely pious. Are far from being pious examples of conformity. I dare to thought of dissonance or heresy poisoning the minds of some of the most eminent members of the crew, and I cannot change what I have heard. He bows his head in reverence. I cannot share this with anyone but the Emperor's anointed, nor can I allow anyone but your ladyship to listen to these messages protected by the secrecy of confession. What makes you think these confessions were made by senior officers? The parishioners are well-spoken, meaning they are used to addressing an audience. Perhaps they issue orders and are vested with power. And well, after categorizing so many confessions, I've learned to know subtle differences between them. Let's hear them. Let me hear them. The initiate steps aside, putting the cogitator at your disposal. Recording F17, FL.2, alleged dissent impious doubt. One question has troubled me over years. Why are there some destined to perish in the warp, while others must go on living and preserve the memory of the dead? Worthier and more luminous souls have been lost, and yet I am here. Light static is distorting the recording, but you are confident that the speaker is male. 134DU, alleged theft of ship property. The orphans on the ship have already been provided for with the bare essentials, but every so often I consider increasing their rations and ordering more sets of clothes for them. That will not replace their families that lost, but it will improve their lives somewhat, especially given the ship has enough resources to cover that comparably trivial expense. Despite the poor sound quality, you determine the voice to be male. You've heard the bridge officers gossiping that High Factotum has taken a personal charge of the orphans. Recording 502 alleged coded message irreverence. Lop-eared clappers display a high degree of socialization both among their kind and toward their owners. These animals adjust to the void ship's low gravity since it is similar to their homeworld's conditions. Lop-eared clappers' meat is edible should it be necessity demand it. The voice is muffled, as though from behind a thick layer of glass, but is unmistakably a woman's. Step away from the cogitator. The initiate looks at you, intrigued, but does not say a word. I'm curious who left these confessions. I will seek them out. I suppose those confessions are truly special if your ladyship is giving them her personal attention. The initiate bows deeply. Never would I imagine the rogue trader herself coming to my aid. I will leave you to your concerns. The initiate replies solemnly, I labor for the glory of the Empire and House von Valancius.
I always keep my options open.
Yeah, I'm going to level up off screen, just to leave a little bit of surprise when we come back. We're not at level 15, I don't believe. So, like, you know. Oh my goodness, my internet's crashing again.
How fascinating. To me, the Immaterium is made of colors, but to the astropaths who dwell in this chapel, it is music.
Cursed music. Why do the astropaths not fill this place with litanies in his name instead?
My goodness. Alright. I think I'm going to call it here in the Astropathic Choir. Just purely because my voice is starting to give out on me, and also my internet seems to be crashing again. Alright, I will see you guys all later. Alright, bye.